Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Psychic Medium Ray, and we're back at it. I have a hot topic for those of you that a lot of the naysayers, the disbelievers, the skeptics. When it comes to Cardi B and Offset divorce. Now, a lot of people, I called this years ago and I said they were going to separate, but a lot of people still kept saying, no, they're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. And yep, here I am clutching my pearls. It happened, and again, I don't find that funny in the least. Anybody's, separation, it's not something to be made fun of, but I'm just kind of like I'm shocked because a lot of people don't believe in the power of spirit. I take no credit for my readings. It's all, we're just conduits and vessels, and I channel a lot of the information. But I had called that Offset and Cardi were going to go into a divorce, eventually like separate that, they would separate. But now she's pregnant with her third child by Offset. So they just filed for divorce. So is she going to stay with him? Is she going to call it off? Is it just a show? Let's see what comes up from Spirit, what Spirit has to say. So I'm very, very curious. And yeah, let's get into it. All right. So here we go. All right. What's coming up for Cardi B for the remainder of 2024 and 2025? Well, I definitely feel like this is when it comes to their separation, this is divinely being orchestrated. I think that there's a lot that we don't know, only that she would know with Offset, things that they've gone through, things that he put her through. Was he faithful? No. Was she tired of, like, I feel like she was constantly having these conversations with him, trying to get him to do things to also pitch in, even though she has the money for maids and all that, it's like there's little things that she wanted help maybe with the kids or for him to be more present in certain ways, and I just feel like he wouldn't. But with the Two of Wands, I definitely feel like she's going to be traveling. There's going to be a lot of traveling here. I also feel like, she's going to be with the Four of Wands. She is literally going to be a-okay, and so is her children. Her children. I definitely feel like with the Five of Pentacles, though, there is going to be some disappointment. So I don't know here, because if I'm not mistaken, I think Cardi makes more money than Offset. I'm just setting that out there. I could be wrong on that. But I do feel with the Emperor, he is not going to let go of her easily. He will still keep tabs on her. He will still be in the children's lives, but I do feel like there's just a lot of scandals here. With the Ace of Cups, I do see her rebuilding her life and possibly even getting, with someone else fairly soon. But I do feel like there's a lot of betrayal here. So I do feel like she needs to be careful because, again, the Ten of Swords just is this energy of betrayal, and not just from Offset's people and people that family, etc., but just other people in general and the industry. But I do feel like he's going to have to pay child support. This is definitely money coming, to her in different ways, but she's going to feel a little stuck here. I feel like having this third child was not necessarily something that she expected to do, but it happened. And I feel like, again, she's going to be going back to the drawing board. So creativity is going to start new. We're going to start seeing a more creative and artistic Cardi. She's always been that, artistic person, but I feel like this could be like a different genre. She experiments with different artists, etc., when it comes to music, and then also maybe diving into acting of some sort, TV. The Seven of Cups is a lot of temptation, though. There's a lot of temptation to go back to old ways. And when I say old ways, I'm not talking about her stripper days, but rather um, the darker side of Cardi. I do feel like she's under spiritual warfare. And so what that means is that there's energies and entities that do want to affect her, and I feel like they will affect her children, and then that's her weakness, and they know that. So I do feel like with the Five of Cups that there is this loss, this deep loss. And I'm curious, I wonder if if she's not divulging, but maybe she suffered a miscarriage somewhere in the process of getting pregnant before this child, maybe with her before her first pregnancy or anywhere along. Either it was an abortion or a miscarriage, but I definitely feel like there was something there or there's some truth there. She's going to be involved in some legal battles too. I definitely feel like Offset's going to fight her in certain ways down the road, but there's also other things with music and other artists and rappers that she might have that I see her getting together with someone that's light skinned. This could be like someone that she normally wouldn't go for. I know that she likes a certain type of guy, but I feel like she might go for someone that is it could be like, I don't know, Mexican, Latino, or mixed. But I definitely feel he's light skinned. Definitely is an older guy, and I feel like that's what she needs is maturity. Someone that's mature. And this person is very driven, but I also feel like she's got to be careful because there's a lot of snakes in her garden. With the Seven of Swords, there's just a lot that's going on here, a lot of deception. And also, I see her walking away for a while. There might be this little hiatus. We're used to seeing her produce a lot of music and stuff like that. And it's like almost like a machine. But I do feel as time progresses that we're going to see less of her. I do feel with the Knight of Wands, though, she's steering clear from a lot of trouble, a lot of stuff. Like I've always said, Cardi is a very intuitive person by nature. She's going to have some reasons to celebrate, but I do believe she's going to have some health issues with this pregnancy. It is going to be a very hard pregnancy, and there's a potential there for her to develop other conditions, other situations that she may already have. I feel like she's done a lot to her body. When I'm talking about that, like the BBL or whatever else she's had done, cosmetically, a lot of that takes a toll on your body. So she definitely needs to be careful and not get too much into stress. But I do feel with the Ace of Pentacles, she's going to be a powerhouse still with money, and she knows what she wants with the Two of Swords. She's at a crossroads here because part of her doesn't want to let go of Offset, but she knows that that's the best thing to do. And I feel like she's going to be left out of this relationship with a lot of baggage. So the next person that comes into her life is definitely going to have a lot of shoes to fill, hard shoes to fill. And there's going to be uh, this feeling of like it's not going to be easy. They're always going to live like in the shadow of Offset. But I do feel like she's going to go back to the drawing board. I see her writing music, documenting things. I feel like she's going to move as well. I do feel like she is going to study something. This could be her, getting an education, a college education that we don't even know about, something that she wants to do, as a backup. Because, music is not forever, even though it's always there. In the entertainment industry, it's a very volatile industry where you might have money today, but tomorrow you may not. The economy's changing. There's a lot that's changing. In a couple years from now, a lot of things can change. And I feel like she's always trying to do what she can. But again, this is just like her being tired and being caution, that she'll get through it, but she needs to really ground herself. The Ten of Cups is all she wants is happiness for her children. I feel like she's a very dedicated mom in many ways, and I feel like there's going to be heartbreak because I feel like the things that she may have did to her parents, she's going to receive that back, and I feel like the kids are going to be very much like her weakness, and she's going to receive that in the future from her children, especially the first child, as they get older in their teens, etc. She's going to receive a lot of that karmic lessons through the children. But I definitely feel like she's not tolerant of, anything that is she will put the kids in their place, but and be a good parent, as far as disciplinarian. But I do feel she's going to be at a crossroads here too. And it's almost like I feel like she wants to move to a different place, like either an island or like I feel like she wants to move out of the United States for some reason. I don't know why I'm getting that. But with the Knight of Cups, there is definitely going to be a lot of potentials coming forward now that they know that she is on the market again. But I do feel with the Wheel of Fortune, this is her card of destiny. She will always have good luck and good energy with her. But I do also see falling out with someone in her family. Like there's definitely like a lot of energy changing, but I also feel like down the road there's going to be a book that she writes or tells her story about, her rise from strip club stripper to entertainment, to being a rapper, and then the Ace of Swords, an actress too, because she did star in that movie with J-Lo. But I do feel with the Ace of Swords again, there's a lot of new beginnings for her. And the sky's the limit, but at the same time, her life's going to feel a little chaotic over the next few months. There's going to be a lot of tabloids, a lot of rumors. I also feel like there's an accusation that she's an unfit mother or there's something there going on, um, which are lies, but people will fabricate things. And then the Six of Wands, I just see her, kind of being successful in everything that she does. Down the road, I feel like she will do something working with kids and like mentoring them in a certain capacity. But she does want better for her children, and I do feel like she will fight. But there is a transformation that she's going through, kind of how Lady Gaga, and I want to make that comparison. Lady Gaga, started off being kind of weird and outlandish and just very in your face, didn't give, she was the Madonna of the early 2000s. I mean, yeah, well, late 2000s, 2010s. And then we have Cardi B, who is like the Madonna of the rap world, right? But I feel like in many ways she's reinventing herself, and they're saying that things will get better for her, but she has to learn from this lesson and not keep going back to the past. Because for a long time, I feel like she struggled probably for the kids and also the love that she had for Offset to keep taking him back and she's then I think she snapped and finally she told herself, what kind of example am I setting for my kids, if I'm allowing this from a man. But the Knight of Pentacles is definitely a lot of new energy opportunities coming in. And then again, I feel like she's on her right path, even if she's like not sure, she definitely is, but she's going to be more selective of who she allows in and a little bit more pulled away or from the industry for a little bit in different ways, meaning like she might not go to a certain gala, like we're used to seeing her at public events like the Met Gala, the red carpet. She might pull away a little bit for some of this, but this is her working hard. And again, I feel like the things that she's you know working on now, they're going to pay off. But I do feel with the Nine of Swords, like she doesn't sleep well. She does have her own moments, where she's contemplated and maybe haunted, but by a lot of the stuff that she's done or seen. Because being around that world, there's a lot of beef with other artists and whatnot. When you're at the top of your game, there's a lot of rivalry comparisons and stuff. Even if she's not the one comparing, there's people that are comparing. But I do feel, um, I do feel like she's going to continue to make music, but I also feel like there's other things that she will delve into. It could be a makeup line down the road. It could be clothing. But I definitely feel like we haven't seen the end of her. And I do feel like um I do feel like one of her children will enter the music world too, quite possibly, or be in the entertainment world down the road. So we just will see as time progresses. But I do want to thank all of you for coming on here and looking at this video, and be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to go to my website if you want to book a private reading. Go to www.raymondguzman.net. You can go to the readings tab to see all my readings. I offer different kinds. And if you have any suggestions of people that you want me to do a reading on, please comment in the comment section below. Also, tomorrow is my night where I do a Patreon reading. So go to www.patreon.com/psychic medium Ray. It's $10 to register for this event, and you get monthly access to all of my Patreon content, which is a little different than on here, like access to horoscopes, developmental videos, witch tips, etc. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Until next time, bye.